So let's start Python. So as we know, Python is a language, okay? Python is a programming.
Excuse me, sir.
G.
Sir, your screen is not. Sir, screen is not visible.
Okay. So as I've written here that Python is a programming language, okay? And basically when we talk about Python, Python is used in web development, see, it's a language that can be used everywhere, but what is the most significant use that I'm writing? So it is used in web development and it is also used in artificial intelligence. And most of the things which can be done by other languages, it can also be done by Python language, okay? If I talk about the other properties of Python languages, it is portable in nature. Portable means it can be taken from one machine to another machine easily, okay? There's a word that is called platform. So next property is it's a platform independent language. So I'm explaining these two terms to you. So first of all, I'm explaining what is platform independence. Platform means hardware and operating system. The combination of these two is called platform. So if a hardware is of phone, okay, I'm talking about a mobile phone, and operating system is say Android, this is platform number one. If the hardware is of microcomputers, like the computers you people use, and the operating system is Windows, so we'll call it a different platform. If you are using Microsoft like microcomputers, and operating system you are using is Ubuntu, okay, it's another platform. So what is the meaning of platform? The combination of operating system and hardware is called platform. All right, and what is the meaning of platform independence? A Python program can run on this platform, on this platform, on this platform. So it is not bounded that it has to be run within this particular platform only. It can run across the different platforms. That's why we call it platform independence. Okay. Now what is portability? The meaning of portability is if a program is made in X machine, X type of machine, this program can be carried out to a new type of machine that is Y. That is called portability. Okay. So when a program can be taken from one system to another system, one platform to another platform easily, then we call it a platform, a portable system. Okay. So Python is a programming language. It is used for web development mostly and artificial intelligence softwares. It's portable, like it can be taken from one platform to another platform easily, and that's why it is called. There is another feature of Python, that is it's a platform independent language. Okay. एक और फीचर जो तुम्हारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इट्स वेरी इजी सिंटेक्स कोड. इसका जो लिखने का तरीका है वो बहुत इजी है, ये तुम्हारे लिए बेनिफिशियल है. इसमें बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रोग्रामिंग नहीं हो, मतलब लिखना नहीं पड़ता बहुत ज़्यादा. प्रोग्रामिंग तो काफ़ी कॉम्प्लेक्स कर सकते हैं, बट राइटिंग इजी है. इसको लिखने का तरीका बहुत छोटा है. इजी सिंटेक्स एंड स्मॉल कमांड्स, स्मॉल फॉर्मेट्स, राइट. सो ये इसकी तारीफ़ें हैं. और एक और नाम इसके साथ जोड़ा जाता है कि पाइथन जो है ये एक फंक्शनल लैंग्वेज है. ओके. फंक्शनल लैंग्वेज का मतलब होता है ये जो प्रोग्राम्स हैं उनको छोटे छोटे हिस्सों में डिवाइड करके पढ़ाया जाता है इसको. एक और टर्म जोड़ रहा हूँ इसके साथ, इट सपोर्ट्स ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्रामिंग स्ट्रक्चर। अब ऑब्वियसली ये क्या होता है ये आपको नहीं मालूम है और फिलहाल आपको समझना भी नहीं है ये, क्योंकि अभी इस बात को समझाया नहीं जा सकता है, तो इसको हम बाद में यूज़ करेंगे। उदित, Ubuntu is a software which is based on Linux. It is an open source software. जैसे आप लोग जो लैब में यूज़ करते होंगे वो Ubuntu है, मतलब Linux based operating system है ये। Kushagra chapter name is a major topic which have covered in whole years. Python is the chapter name. Obviously, Python is not the chapter name, but it is the language. Okay. Python is case based. Yes, it is case based. So you are supposed to write commands in small letters in Python. Okay. What is hardware stands for? Hardware means physical, something which is physical in computer. Your hard disk, your motherboard, your chipset, the buses system. So everything that is physical that can be seen over a computer is called hardware. Okay. You must have heard that this computer, this mobile phone has 670 Snapdragon processor. This has this mobile system has some different processor. So every processor has its own method of working. जैसे इस समय we have around 50 students in a class. So your minds are different, like everyone's minds are different. So it's your processor which is different from others. So when we talk about hardware, so it's about the capability and functioning of the processor. Okay, so this is called hardware. So हर एक का hardware दूसरे से अलग होता है. Okay. So these were the things which are not relevant very much because these are something which we talk about the language. There are some more capabilities of language also. I'll share a document with you in which you will find all the things with definitions. I'm just not talking about this much because these things are not actually very important. Okay. Although you must be knowing that what are these things. Now let's come to the point that what exactly we have to study. Okay. So like yesterday I have talked that if you want to study English, so there are something that you have to start initially. Like if you want to learn English, you have to start alphabet. But if you talk about Python, the first thing that we have to learn is character set. Okay. After character set, we'll learn about tokens. These are called words in Python. Then statements or commands, which we can call sentences in English. Okay. And last is we can say paragraph, so we can call it a program here. After that, you are able to write anything in English. So here we can write, the next level will be creating a software. So if I talk about English here, so I'm writing the same thing that I've written yesterday. Character set means alphabet of Python. Token means words. Statements means sentences. And paragraph means a program. Okay. And next you can write anything in English. So here we talk about software. Okay. So let's talk about the character set. In English, how many alphabets we can use? So we can use 26 alphabet in English. You know, in Python there are 52 alphabets. There are 52 alphabets in Python. How can we say so? Here in Python, capital A to capital Z we can use, and small a to small z. Alright. Mind it, capital A in Python is not equal to small a. They are completely different. How can we say so? You must have remembered a term I have talked about while teaching you number system. Someone has remembered the full form of this term? ASCII. I have talked about this thing while teaching you the number system. Okay?
Yes, sir.
It is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay? I have written the full form there also. So in that concept, I have told you that every letter that you are pressing on computer, that you are using on computer, it has a unique number associated with it. So if I talk about capital A to capital Z, the ASCII value of capital A to capital Z will be 65 to 90. Okay, so capital A is 65 and small capital Z is 90. Similarly, small a to small z is called 97 to 122. Okay, so it has a different number. That's why in computers, in Python, capital A is not equal to small a. All right, so keep this thing in mind. Here capital A is not equal to small a. I am writing it here as a note that capital A is not equal to small a. Okay, second thing, what we can use alphabets, we can use numbers from 0 to 9, and we can use symbols. Now what are the different symbols we can use? We can use every symbol like multiplication, division, comma, colon, full stop. So mostly all the symbols which are there on a keyboard, they can be used as a character set in Python. Okay, so Python has huge character set. All the characters which are there in ASCII code can be used as a character set in Python, right? So it allows every letter, every digit, mostly symbols, punctuations, ये allow करता है इसको. All right. Next talk about the tokens. तो हमारे पास काफ़ी बड़ा कैरेक्टर सेट होता है. जैसे इंग्लिश में 26 है, वी आर कन्फाइंड अप टू 26, बट इन Python we have a long character set. Unnati, my voice is low. I have to speak louder.
No, sir, Madhur's voice was low. Actually, was speaking something, I guess.
Okay. All the alphabet tanve, all the alphabets. Capital A is different from capital B. Capital A is different from small a. Capital X is different than small x. So every character has its own identity in Python. Okay. Chaliye. Now let's talk about the token. So what are the tokens? Smallest unit of a Python program is called token. Madhur, you were saying something. Okay. Your voice is actually low. I am not able to listen. So smallest unit of a Python program is called a token. किसी भी प्रोग्राम का जो सबसे छोटा यूनिट होता है उसको हम टोकन कहते हैं. अब टोकन्स कौन कौन से होते हैं? So tokens are variables. Okay. Constants, keywords, operators, and data types. Okay, so these are called tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 types of tokens in Python. Variables, constants, keywords, operators, and data type. Okay. Variables are also called identifiers. And constants are also called literals. Okay. So we are starting with variables. Okay, if I define a variable, so technically, you want to say something? Variables. So variable को अगर हम technically define करें तो variable means a location in RAM used to store a certain type of data and referred by a unique name. Okay, so वेरिएबल बेसिकली क्या है? सो सबसे पहली जो चीज़ हमें इसमें समझनी है वो ये है दैट वेरिएबल इज अ लोकेशन इन रैम. सो इस बात को समझने के लिए एक क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है कि भाई वेरिएबल लोकेट कहाँ होता है. सो वेरिएबल इज ऑलवेज लोकेटेड इन रैम. सिंस इट इज लोकेटेड इन रैम, सो जब भी कंप्यूटर ऑफ किया जाएगा, जो भी डेटा वेरिएबल में होगा वो लॉस हो जाएगा. ऑलराइट, मान लीजिए आपने एक प्रोग्राम बनाया. प्रोग्राम का मतलब हमेशा याद रखो सेट ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस टू डू अ सर्टेन टास्क. किसी काम को करने के लिए बहुत सारे इंस्ट्रक्शंस जो हम एक साथ देते हैं वो प्रोग्राम होता है. तो जब भी हमने कोई प्रोग्राम बनाया तो उसके लिए वैल्यूज़ स्टोर्ड होती हैं. वैल्यूज़ कहाँ स्टोर होंगी? वेरिएबल में. और वो वैल्यूज़ कब तक स्टोर रहेंगी, कब तक सस्टेन्ड रहेंगी? जब तक आप कंप्यूटर ऑफ नहीं कर देते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि वो रैम में होती हैं. सो ये टेम्परेरी वैल्यूज़ होती हैं. So what is a variable? It is a location in RAM. It is used to store a certain type of data. ये डेटा स्टोर करने के लिए यूज़ किया जाता है. और जो डेटा होता है वो एक सर्टन टाइप का हो सकता है. ऐसा नहीं कि मल्टीपल टाइप का डेटा एक ही वेरिएबल में स्टोर किया जा सकता है. इट कैन कंटेन डेटा बट इट्स ऑफ अ फिक्स्ड टाइप. अब वो टाइप कौन से हो सकते हैं वो जब हम डाटा टाइप पढ़ेंगे तब पढ़ेंगे. एंड रेफर्ड बाय अ यूनिक नेम. दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. जब भी कोई वेरिएबल एलोकेट किया जाता है तो उसका नाम यूनिक होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि एक प्रोग्राम में एक नाम से एक से ज़्यादा वेरिएबल्स को यूज़ किया जा सके. जैसे आप मैथ्स में करते हैं, इफ़ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ए, सो ऑल द टाइम ए विल बी यूनिक इन दैट पर्टिकुलर कैलकुलेशन. राइट. अब जब हम वेरिएबल लेते हैं तो वेरिएबल का पर्पज़ क्या है? वेरिएबल का पर्पज़ है सो दैट वी कैन स्टोर सम डेटा टू इट. अब इसका एक नाम हमें रखना पड़ता है. ओके, नाम रखने के लिए कुछ रूल्स हैं जो हमें ध्यान देने पड़ते हैं. और अगर आप इन रूल्स को फॉलो करेंगे तभी आप वेरिएबल के नाम रख सकते हैं. अब ये रूल्स कौन कौन से हैं ये आपको याद रखने हैं. रूल्स फॉर नेमिंग अ वेरिएबल. नंबर 1, वेरिएबल नेम मस्ट स्टार्ट विद एन अल्फाबेट. Okay, although digits can be used thereafter. अगर आप चाहें तो उसके बाद आप डिजिट्स को यूज़ कर सकते हैं, लेकिन वेरिएबल का नाम हमेशा अल्फ़ाबेट से शुरू होना चाहिए. दूसरा रूल, देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी पंक्चुएशन लेटर. और symbol in the variable name. किसी भी वेरिएबल नेम में कोई भी पंक्चुएशन लेटर या सिंबल यूज नहीं किया जा सकता एक्सेप्ट एन अंडरस्कोर. अंडरस्कोर के अलावा कोई भी लेटर इसमें आप नहीं रख सकते. अंडरस्कोर कैसा होता है बच्चों? डैश होता है नीचे की साइड. एक तो डैश जो माइनस जैसा होता है और एक बॉटम साइड में जो डैश होता है उसको अंडरस्कोर बोलते हैं. थर्ड, वेरिएबल नेम इज केस सेंसिटिव. यहाँ पे जो तन्मय ने भी एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था मुझसे कि क्या ये केस सेंसिटिव है, तो ये केस सेंसिटिव लैंग्वेज है. सो एवरी कमांड दैट यू आर यूजिंग इन पाइथन हैज़ टू बी इन स्मॉल केस, बट वेरिएबल नेम कैन बी इन कैपिटल. राइट, वेरिएबल नेम्स को हम कैपिटल ले सकते हैं, लेकिन ये केस सेंसिटिव होते हैं. अब केस सेंसिटिव का मतलब क्या हुआ? इफ यू हैव टेकन अ वेरिएबल नेम एज कैपिटल ए, सो ऑल द टाइम यू हैव टू यूज कैपिटल ए ओनली. यू कैन नॉट कन्वर्ट इट इनटू स्मॉल ए. So they are case sensitive. It means they can be taken in capital also. Now fourth and the last rule is variable name must not be a reserved word. R-E-S-E-R, reserved word. Okay, दोबारा लिखें इसको. वेरिएबल का नाम जो है वो रिजर्व वर्ड नहीं होना चाहिए. जैसे पाइथन में ऑलरेडी कमांड्स हैं तो वो रिजर्व्ड हैं, उन वर्ड्स को यूज करके आप लोग वेरिएबल नेम क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते हैं. ओके ओके, नाउ सम क्वेश्चंस हैव कम. लेट मी सी द क्वेश्चंस. Let's see the third point. Variable name is case sensitive. Okay. Let me give you some example. Okay. एक और चीज भी याद रखना इसके साथ. It's not a rule. It's a note. Keep variable names identical. It's a note. It's not a rule. Okay, let's talk about something. I want to store name of a person. Okay, I want to store name of a person. So for this purpose I have to create a variable. So what will I write? I am saying x is equal to some name, say Mohit. Okay, now this is example 1. Second example, I am saying name is equal to Mohit. Here I have used two variables. This is variable 1 and this is variable 1 and this is variable 2. Now if I talk about the note that I have given here, what is the best definition? What is the not best but the better definition out of these two? Which is better? Whether 1 is better or 2 is better? Name is a variable, x is also a variable, right? So what is better? I believe second is better, right? Because here the name is identical. If I have to store number of students in a class, so I am saying number of student is equal to 45. This is a variable. Okay, I have taken one more variable. So here I have written number of students. Here I have written NOST. Alright. So both the things are right. But whenever you are taking a name, आप नाम उस तरह का लीजिए ताकि वो मीनिंगफुल रहे. मीनिंगफुल का मतलब क्या हुआ यहाँ पे? If you are writing a software, right, then do not take NOST as a variable name because there will be thousands of variables there. But if you are writing a simple program, single program, then go for this type of variable, small variable, because it will reduce your typing efforts. But if you are using a software, if you are creating a software, better write descriptive names. Both the names are correct. Now let's have one more example. If I am saying there is a variable called number of STU is equal to 45 and here I have given a space. Do you think it is the right name given to a variable? No. Because spaces are not allowed. Punctuation dot is not allowed. Can I have number 3 as a variable name? There is no gap. Num3 as a variable name. Yes, we can have.
Yes, sir.
Can I have 3num as a variable name? Also there is no gap. I cannot have. Okay? Because we cannot start a variable name with a number. This is correct, this is wrong. You may have some questions in your exams checking that identify these names are correct or not. Okay? So this is variable. We have given few examples of variables. Okay? Now let's talk about constants. So I'm sure you know the meaning of constants. So which remains unchanged are called constants. Okay? Which remain unchanged are known as constants. Okay? जो अपनी वैल्यू चेंज नहीं करते हैं उनको हम क्या बोलते हैं? कॉन्स्टेंट्स. ये प्रांशु हमारी क्लास में है क्या कोई? आई बिलीव न्यू बॉय. Okay. So which remains unchanged are called constants. For example, if I say 45 is a constant. Okay, Naman is a constant. If I say Naman is a constant, the answer is no. It's not a constant. Okay, how can we say so it's not a constant? If any value which is of alpha numeric type, it has to be enclosed in either single quote or double quote. So can I say Mohit is a constant? So yes, it is a constant. Naman is a constant? Yes, it is a constant. But where can I say Rohan is a constant? If I have written Rohan this way, so it's not
sir.
a constant.
No, sir. No, sir.
What it can be?
No, sir.
It's not a constant.
Double quote or single quote.
What it can be? It can be a variable.
A variable.
Okay, it can be a variable, and if I have to make this constant, I have to write this in single quotes or double quotes. All right, so this is constant. Now what is the next thing? Keywords. Keywords. Third, keywords are called predefined words to compiler. अब यहाँ पर एक नई चीज़ आई हमारे सामने, कंपाइलर. ओके, प्रीडिफाइंड का मतलब क्या हुआ? पहले से इनको डिफाइन किया हुआ है. दे हैव सम पर्पसेस. प्रीडिफाइंड टू कंपाइलर विच हैव specific purposes. Specific purposes. Okay, this is called keywords. तो कंपाइलर तो मैं आपको समझाऊंगा नेक्स्ट टाइम, कल क्लास में, या जब भी नेक्स्ट क्लास है कल. प्रीडिफाइंड वर्ड्स का मतलब क्या हुआ? जब भी पाइथन का कंपाइलर बनाया गया होगा बच्चों, तो कुछ वर्ड्स को उसमें यूज किया गया होगा, और इन वर्ड्स को एक खास पर्पजेस के साथ यूज किया गया होगा, इसलिए इनको प्रीडिफाइंड वर्ड्स कहा जाता है. ये कंपाइलर के अंदर ऑलरेडी डिफाइंड है. ऑलराइट, इनके पर्पजेस होते हैं, और ये उन पर्पजेस को सॉल्व करते हैं जब हम लोग प्रोग्रामिंग करते हैं. ऑलराइट, अभी कंपाइलर क्या होता है, ये ट्रांसलेटर क्या होता है, इसको हम कल डिस्कस करेंगे. तो इसको मैंने लिख दिया कल, और बाकी आज यहीं तक रखते हैं.